So, well, I think I want to start. That's going to be a very short presentation because I want to hear also from my colleagues here at the front. And let me tell you that I'm sorry I cannot speak French. I know 5 words in French, and 3 of them are car brands. So and I probably will mispronounce them also. So, but I'm really happy to be in Ottawa, in Canada. It's a country that I love and a city that I'm very fond to be in. And of course, to work the opportunities with you guys. I know the main focus of this meeting is artificial intelligence, but also we have some other research interest in Jalisco that I'd like to talk about. And of course, many of them have artificial intelligence at the core of their strategies because it is, as it is, I mean, so pervasive, so transversal to every activity in the world. Let me give you just a brief explanation of what is the ecosystem of research and the opportunities there are in Jalisco. If I can, if one can help me, or I should step on. Probably I do it from here. Okay. Okay. Gracias.
Claro.
Well, just for some of, if you don't know Jalisco and Mexico, just to give you an idea where Jalisco is located, it's in the western coast of Mexico. It's a very beautiful state. I'm glad Claudia was mentioning that we are very ahead of some innovations in Mexico, but also we have a very strong traditions, and probably most of the things that you know from Mexico come from Jalisco, like mariachis, the charros, and of course, probably you've heard of tequila. And if you haven't, please try it. And remember, no less than 3 shots. Otherwise, you won't see the light. Okay. But also we have a very strong traditions, and probably, as we say in Jalisco, Jalisco is Mexico. We are also pushing really hard into high technology in many different fields. Also, the economy of Jalisco is so diversified that it's almost a country. For example, we are not only strong in high-tech industry and manufacturing and tourism, also in agribusinesses. Agribusinesses are very big in Jalisco, very big. So we have many opportunities to work together with Canada, sometimes because we complement each other, especially in agribusinesses, where we don't produce the same products as you do in Canada, but we can exchange technology and research, of course. So also creative digital industries are becoming very important in Mexico and mostly in Jalisco. You probably have seen also the movie Pinocchio, the last one. A lot of the production of the movie was done in Jalisco also. And of course, the director, Guillermo del Toro, very famous movie director, is from Jalisco also. So that's an industry growing, and a lot of opportunities in artificial intelligence also for that industry specifically. I don't want to take much of the time, as I said, but I want to mention also that we have a very, very mature and large ecosystem, and we are very proud to say that the triple helix in Jalisco for innovation, research, and technology development works very, very well and very friendly in a very collaborative way. We have, of course, very large global corporations that have made of Jalisco their headquarters for Latin America and for some global operations also, but there are a lot of Mexican companies doing great. And as you have seen, some very young entrepreneurs also pushing very hard in using technology for their startups. I do have a very good sample of this triple helix in front of me. There is Dina Grijalva. She is an executive director of IBM for so many years. IBM has been a very strong company in Jalisco. I do have a very important entrepreneur also in the IT industry, Jose Luis Alba. He is a very successful businessman and also a very pushing always for entrepreneurship and innovation, as he will let you know very soon. And also the 2 young presenters that were a very good example of what is going on with entrepreneurs in Jalisco. But then once again, moving into science and technology, I will let you know that we have two public organizations or government agencies in Jalisco. One being the Ministry of Innovation, Science and Technology, which I have the honor to be the secretary. And it's a very unique case in Mexico. We are not only in charge of the fundings and the public policy for innovation, science, and technology, but also in higher education. So we are the Ministry of Higher Education, which is a very unique case and a very convenient because we can work together, industry and universities and research centers also. And also we have the State Council for Research, which is the Coetzijal, where we have the funds. It's a trust where we have the funds to finance some of these innovation, science, and technology projects. So there are at least these two entrances into Jalisco if you want to get closer to the ecosystem in Jalisco. Our office, the Ministry of Innovation, Science, and Technology, or the office of the Coetzijal, the State Council for Research and Technology Development. And also we have a beautiful set of very important universities. Some of them have been already mentioned, like the University of Guadalajara, which is a very large state university, very large and a very good university, and is very comprehensive in terms of research. So they have 15 university campuses across the state of Jalisco, some of them by the sea, some of them in the greater metropolitan area. And so they cover all the regions of Jalisco, but as well as almost anything that you can research on, you will find a very good partner in the University of Guadalajara. And also the Monterrey Tech. The Monterrey Tech is a very large private university, very prestigious university in Mexico. I was going to say we have 23 campuses across the country because I worked there for 35 years, not anymore, but I still very close ties with them. So I can be a very good connector also with the University of Guadalajara and the Monterrey Tech. The Monterrey Tech has an advantage that most of their research projects are based or are supported by the whole system in Mexico. So you will find experts and labs and specific projects in one campus, but they are supported by the whole network of the Monterrey Tech. And we have a beautiful campus in Guadalajara. And of course, we have at least 3 other universities that do a lot of research, one being the University Panamericana, the other one being the La Universidad Autónoma de Guadalajara, and the ITESO. All of them are very good, very high-quality universities. And then we have in the center some public research centers. I like also to mention that the first one, CIATEC, is very strong in biotech, mostly biotech for agribusinesses and food, but they're very strong in biotech, and they have very talented researchers over there. And also we have the other one, the Simvestab. They are very strong in electronics and some semiconductors, chips, the design and testing of chips. And we have a very good project with them, which is Jalisco on a chip. So those are our most important research centers if you want to partner with someone in Jalisco. But also we have some other very, very good centers, especially for health. The CIBO, and the other one, the CIMET, they are very good also, and they have very talented doctors specialized in ophthalmology, kidney, chronic diseases, and of course, the idea of providing new solutions to those diseases and problems. So let me tell you an example. A friend of mine, which is also my doctor for the eyes, he has developed and is about to launch into the market a new way to administer the medication to your eyes. It's nanotechnology based, and he has patented his development, across the globe, and he's for sure going to provide a very good solution instead of having a syringe into your eye. They will provide you the medication with the very sophisticated nanotechnology tech. And in the third part of this slide, I do have some companies that we're very proud to have in Jalisco because they are not just manufacturing plants. They do have R&D campuses in Jalisco. And we work very closely together with them. For example, Continental and Bosch are, of course, German companies, but they are very strong also in using a lot of technology, especially artificial intelligence, for their design of their products and the software they provide to the auto industry. Auto industry is becoming, of course, very important development for artificial intelligence, and also for energy and intelligent energy uses in auto industry. So we work very closely with them. And then, of course, we are very proud to have Intel, an Intel campus that they don't manufacture chips. They do design the chips and they do test the chips. And also we have at least two other companies in the same field, which they are NXP and Infineon. Infineon, of course, is very strong also in the chips industry for auto industry. And then we have campus, Oracle Campus. Oracle Campus is, they have the most important product, the database, of course, and they do a lot of development for the company in Jalisco. And well, that's probably the most important. And then we have a new company, which is C3 AI. It's a Silicon-based company founded by Tom Siebel, a living legend in Silicon Valley. And they are very focused on developing artificial intelligence for large corporations, for example, banking and finance, and also energy, and of course, armed forces in the States, and many others. So that's pretty much the ecosystem. And of course, once again, we can be of support to connect you with anyone that you want to deal with, and of course, to finance and provide the funding for specific projects between Ottawa or Canada and Mexico. We do have some funds, and in the afternoon I will speak more about the funding, especially for what is called the Tech Hub Act. The Tech Hub Act is an idea that the governor signed to enhance the funds that we have for technology development and to move Jalisco into the next stage of development. I have another slide which talks about the fields we are more interested in. And of course, in technology is artificial intelligence, design of semiconductors, and we have a lot of interest in biotech, and biotech especially for health and also for agro industry. And then smart cities and creative digital industries. And then we have the general innovation centers. By the way, we do have some centers like this where we can incubate startups, not as big and as beautiful as this place, but beautiful they are. Not as big as this, but we do have some innovation centers also across the state of Jalisco. That's pretty much it. But I do have I will leave you the presentation and some of the contacts that you can contact if you want to continue or seek a specific relation with one of these organizations. Of course, I can be of support also for you. The presentation is going to be here, so feel free to ask for it and we'll give it a copy to you. Thank you.
All right, so yes, my turn. I do have a presentation, but okay, while they bring it up, first of all, muchas gracias a todos por estar aquí. Es un gusto enorme poder colaborar con la Embajada de México, poder colaborar con todas las personas que han hecho esto posible. All right, so now in English, I guess. So thank you everyone for welcoming us here today. It's been a pleasure being in collaboration with the Embassy of Mexico, with Nancy Marquez, who made all of this possible for the longest part of last year. And today I would like to present to you Mitacs, which is the place where I've been working for the last 2 years, and it's a dream come true when it comes down to developing innovation, developing collaborative innovation. So I will be telling you about all the good things we do, and I call this the Mexico-Canada collaboration journey, because we're going to be talking a bit about a lot more than just AI. Of course, today is AI, but we do a lot more than that. Just like my friend Alfonso was talking about before, there's a lot of things that we can do between Mexico and Canada, sure, on the AI sector, but also on many other innovation, research and innovation subjects and topics. Okay, so there you go. So first of all, I'd like to thank our funding partners. These are the governments that allow Mitacs to do what we do. They share funds with us so that we may in turn share those with our different academic partners, industry partners, interns, etc., etc. So thanks to the federal government of Canada, thanks to all the different provinces of Canada for making this happen. Mitacs. So Mitacs, if you think about Mitacs, just remember one thing: developing innovation. That's all we do. That's all we think. That's all we dream of when we go to bed at night, is developing innovation across Canada. Now, how we do that varies depending on what we have available to us. To show you who we are in numbers, we've been in operations in Canada for the longest part of 24, soon to be 25 years. Actually, this year is our 25th year anniversary. We've developed more than 13,000 projects over the past, over the past 10 years. We've developed more than that over the past 25 years. We have a team of around 100, 120 business development advisors. We call them business development advisors, but really they're innovation advisors. They connect with people, they connect with companies to figure out what is their innovation strategy. They're experts on different fields, biomechanics, artificial intelligence, aerospace, and they're capable of developing innovation strategies for the companies that come to us and that tell us, hey, I have this challenge. We've partnered with more than 13,000 organizations. We also have access to every single post-secondary institution in Canada. So every university, every college, if you want to develop innovation projects with them, be it a Canadian company or a company from Jalisco or from anywhere around the world, we can make it happen. And of course, we don't just put people together, we also invest money. Remember when I said thank you to our funders? Well, they give us this money so that we may in turn invest that in collaboration projects. Over the past 10 years, we've invested around $1.6 billion. So in Spanish, it would be 1,600 millones, 1.6 billion with 9 zeros. So that's roughly Mitacs, the size of Mitacs today. When people hear about us, they all hear different things. So I wanted to make it a bit more clear, because people hear about us and some people think, oh, it's the money guys. And then some people think, wait, aren't you the research guys? And then some people tell us, oh, but no, you're the guys with the internships, right? And then some people just say, oh, no, you're the network guys. You're the ones that are in contact with the academia, you're in contact with NSERC, you're in contact with SHRC, with all the different research councils and agencies in Canada. We're actually all of it. We do give funding, we do support research, we do bring in interns to develop said research, and we build networks. One of the biggest advantage of talking to Mitacs is that you will have access to experts that will be able to guide you in your innovation roadmap. Put the money aside for a moment, which is important, we know. But really what we do is we connect people, a bit like Nokia. So Mitacs is, we are a Canadian not-for-profit. We're focused on the development of effective innovation through collaboration. So most of our programs are gonna be collaborative programs. And what we really do is we bring innovation into reach for everyone. If you're a company and you don't know where to start, you want to work with a professor in a Canadian university, if you're a professor abroad and you want to work with a lab that's in Canada, or you're a professor in Canada and you realize, hey, I want to work with this laboratory in Tec de Monterrey, we can sort it out. We can figure out if there's a way to make it happen. If you're an intern, if you're somebody that's finishing their studies and you're thinking, hey, I might be interested in doing a master's, I might be interested in doing a PhD in this field, think about the fact that we are actually putting together collaboration projects, both national and international collaboration projects that might allow you to make that happen. When you talk to our industry experts, we're going to be able to identify what is the best path for you. We have people focused on inclusive innovation, product development, process optimization. We have people that can really help you identify what your roadmap should be when you're trying to connect the dots, the different dots together. We're also going to offer you either our services or some of our friends' services. You know, sometimes Mitacs might not be the final solution, might just be a piece of the puzzle, but we are also in contact with a lot of Canadian organizations that are also focused on developing research, on developing innovation, on funding innovation. If you're looking to expand your activities and say, hey, well, I want to open new markets in Canada or somewhere else, or you're in Canada and you want to open new markets somewhere else, come talk to us. We might be able to help you. We most certainly will be able to help you. The way we work, I was saying collaboration. So it's most of our projects, our industry collaboration projects, work like this. You have a university, you have a partner organization, a company, and then you have a student or a postdoc that's going to basically be traveling between the company and the university, and they're going to have a project whose challenge is focused on your innovation challenge. Their challenge and their objective is your challenge and your objective. And with the help of your experts in-house in the company, and with the help of the professor's expertise and the professor's lab, and with the help of whatever access the professors have to, they're able to come up with solutions that can go from technology readiness level 1, 2, 3, all the way to technology readiness level 6, 7. So it will really help you boost your technology development to the next stage. When you talk to our advisors, well, basically you have access to an ecosystem expertise, to our networks, to different innovation solutions, and you can really take advantage of all the things that the Mitacs advisors can do for you. I'm going to skip this one. Well, just come talk to us. We really centralize everything. When you talk to us, we can develop talent strategies, talent pipelines, research strategies, a relationship with different universities. We really try to simplify innovation. So this is when you think about Mitacs, think about innovation simplified. I'm going to go really quickly. I'm not actually going to introduce all our programs. I'm just going to go very quickly on the surface. You're going to have access to the full presentation after this. As I was saying, there's a partner organization, an academic institution, and there's an intern in between. Now, that's the basis. The intern is going to be working at the university, working at the partner organization. The idea behind this is that this is a win-win-win for everyone. The partner organization gets to solve a challenge, a technical challenge, develop new technologies, or better understand a certain market, or different innovation challenges that they might have, while they also get to test the talent, because while they would otherwise pay 100% of the cost of bringing that talent in, we would help them with some of those costs. The academic institution gets a win because they get to train a new graduate, right? They get to train a new student. The professor gets to write more papers, more academic papers. And then the student gets a win because they get to have this professional development experience in an actual enterprise setup. But more than that, their project and their challenge is pertinent. Gone by are the days where they're going to do a master thesis or a PhD thesis, where by the end, it's just going to stay on the shelf, on somebody's shelf, gathering dust. This is all about developing projects that make sense for our companies, that make sense for all our partners. So we basically have 3 programs, well, 4 programs. We have programs for research at your left, Accelerate and Elevate, programs for commercialization of the innovation that can help once you have finished the research. They can help you assess if there's a market for it, what's the best marketing strategy, what's the best business strategy for bringing it to market. And then I do have to talk about our Global Link program, just so that if there's professors in the room or there's students in the room, Mitacs is actually very well known abroad for its Global Link program. It's an academic exchange program. That's what we are really well known for. We have a lot of partnerships with Mexico. A lot of students come from Mexico every year to do this academic exchange program. But really, what we would like to develop is innovation, collaborative innovation together with industry partners, where the interns will not come just for a summer and on a project, on a very general project, but they would come, work with the company, work with the university for 1 year, 2 years, 4 years on a real innovation problem. A few things to note is that we actually accept international partners for some of these programs. For Accelerate, basically any company anywhere in the world is eligible to work with us. For the academic partners, yeah, of course, Canadian academic partners, also international academic partners could be accepted as co-supervisors of the research. And then for interns, whether they are already in Canada or they are in somewhere else, say in Mexico, interested in doing a master's, a PhD, so long as they are here by the time they start, of course, it's something viable for them. The business strategy internships, they're more focused towards companies already in Canada, but they can help the Canadian companies that want to go to Mexico. They can help them assess, hey, is Mexico a good market for my innovation? Is there a place for me to go there and open the road there? Finally, just to give you an idea, I was looking at some of our data, and I was looking at the international collaborations around the world for Mitacs. These are research projects that we've done with international partners. And what you look at is that we've been pretty much everywhere except Mexico. So we're looking at opening the door for these industry collaboration projects. If I showed you the Global Link, you would see Mexico is gigantic. We have a lot of projects on Global Link. What about the industry collaborations? What about bringing innovation to the next level, to this technology readiness level 6, 7, 8? Just a few numbers on AI. So these are the Mitacs projects around AI over the past 5 years. We've done around 6,000 units, roughly around 6,000 internships. The vast majority of interns were foreign interns, actually, were people that originally were abroad that came to Canada to develop a certain technology. And then, so this is AI. This is all the projects in AI, whether they were done with a Canadian partner or an international partner. And then these are the projects with international partners. We don't have that many, but we do have a fair amount over there's like 200 of these. Most of these take place with the US and Europe. And I think it's a good time to expand this map. All right, so if you have any questions, please talk to us. Gina is here. Lilia, our expert in AI, is also here. Tim is here also from Mitacs. So come talk to us and we'll be happy to connect with you. All right, thanks.
Wonderful. Testing. Good. Thank you. Yeah, so my name is Shaun Barron. I'm International Policy Advisor with NSERC. And it's a real pleasure to be here. And I did also want to tip my hat to Jalisco. I was in Jalisco. I traveled around Jalisco, Puerto Vallarta, Guadalajara, carried on to Guanajuato and San Miguel de Allende down to Mexico City in November. So very recently, and it was really fantastic. Yeah. Oh, please, please. It was fantastic, really, a trip of a lifetime. So thank you. So it's a pleasure to be here. So I'm going to talk to you today about NSERC's international approach. But before I do that, I'm going to give you a quick overview about NSERC. NSERC is the largest provider of grants and scholarships in Canada in the fields of natural sciences and engineering. We have an annual budget of $1.3 billion. I did some checking on the stats, and I've made a small mistake, I think, there in some of my figures. We support over 12,000 scientists and engineers. I checked yesterday, it's 24,000 students who receive unique training experiences each year, and 4,500 partnerships between researchers and partner organizations, public, private, not-for-profit. NSERC's international approach is to foster an open, connected research environment by encouraging collaborations in its programs and by ensuring that appropriate criteria and policies are in place to facilitate international partnerships. Our strategic plan, which we call NSERC 2030, is built around 5 pillars: support for research excellence, no surprise; expand, diversify, and nurture Canada's talent pool; translate discovery into impact; mobilize knowledge on a global scale; and empower our organization and our people. Our international approach to partnerships and collaboration is generally built around 2 mechanisms: supporting researcher-driven international projects to catalyze and build collaborations, and offering scholarships and fellowships that can be taken abroad. In doing this, a key driver is reducing barriers to collaboration and mobility. Key policy drivers. We are committed to equity, diversity, and inclusion, EDI. We are committed to excellence in research funding and to ensuring that a wide range of results and outcomes are considered and valued as part of the assessment process. And applying open science principles to improve access to the results of publicly funded research. Again, a no-brainer, right? Publicly funded research, open it up so everybody has access. Okay, so our key funding program is called Alliance, and we have a suite of Alliance programs. I'm going to talk first about our Alliance International. It is our key international mechanism. And we have 2 programs or mechanisms under the Alliance International. And both are very important, and I think will be of interest to folks in the room. The first is the Catalyst grants, and you can see that there on the left side. They are 1-year grants up to $25,000. Not a lot of money, but very important because it provides our researchers the ability to build networks, the ability to travel, the ability to facilitate collaborations. I think the intent is in the name, right? Catalyst. And the idea is that they'll use the Catalyst grants to build other collaborations for which they can apply for funding, okay? So it's a starter grant in that sense. And I'm told by our, the folks that receive these grants, they're very short, 4 pages. So very quick, it's an administrative kind of process to approve them. The second is the Alliance International Collaboration Grants. Now, these grants are $100,000 per year for up to 3 years. Excuse me. Thank you. So it's $100,000 per year for up to 3 years. And the idea here is that the foreign, the international partner, the team, puts in a project proposal for which the Canadian team is built into the proposal. Then the international partner organization does the peer review. If it's successful, then the Canadian team goes through our processes, but not a peer review, it's an administrative review, and then we will fund the Canadian participation. So it's a very elegant mechanism, and I think you can see how it works together with the Catalyst grant, right? So you use a Catalyst to build those relationships and those networks, even preparing the proposal, then you can submit to the collaboration grants. So it's elegant, and the beauty is that it is researcher driven, right? Researcher and collaboration driven. Okay, so now I'll just say a few words about our Alliance Grants program. Again, here there's a suite of programs, but this is our main funding program. And you can see that it's valued up to $1 million per year over 5 years. So up to $5 million. And it encourages university researchers to collaborate with partner organizations. And as I said from the outset, private, public, not-for-profit. And so the concept is to share the direct costs of research. And from the NSERC side, we will fund up to 2/3 of those direct costs. And then the partner organizations will then pick up the balance of the funding. So that is the mechanism. And it is directed towards Canadian researchers and Canadian partner organizations. However, that said, international partner organizations can also participate, but they must participate in collaboration with a Canadian partner organization. So again, it's about this concept of team building, okay, or collaboration building. So that's how that works. And then, of course, the academic portion from the Canadian side and the, in this case, the Mexican side, right? They come together. NSERC will fund the Canadian portion, and the Mexican counterparts will fund the Mexican portion. So in addition to what I've just said, we also support training and capacity building. Now, what Oliverio didn't mention, but it is important. We work very, very closely with Mitacs. In fact, we have an MOU with Mitacs. And that MOU helps us to streamline our efforts and to complement each other. So I'm going to mention just two. We have a whole suite of scholarship programs. They're actually tri-agency programs. So NSERC is one organization of three. We have the social sciences and the Canadian health. The other two organizations that make the tri-agencies. So these are tri-agency programs. I put two down. There's the Banting Postdoctoral Fellowship Program. It is valued at $70,000 per year for 2 years, and it's open to Canadian and foreign postdoctoral candidates. And then there is the Vanier Canada Graduate Scholarship Program, $50,000 per year over 3 years, And again, it's open to foreign students as well. And I think that's it. So thank you very much. I look forward to any questions. Thank you.
Fantastic.